Next section, attitude change or modification. In brief, attitude are the evaluations and associated beliefs and behaviors towards some object. They are not stable because of the communication and behavior of other people or subject to change by social influences, as well as an individual's motivation to maintain cognitive consistency. As well as an individual's motivation to maintain cognitive consistency. When cognitive dissonance occurs, when two attitudes or when attitude and behavioral conflict. Next, we are going to deal with steps towards change in attitude. Look at these steps. First, identify the object towards which change of attitude is desired. Second, introduce information about which individuals agrees. 3. Introduce the new information that contradicts the existing beliefs or attitudes. 4. Identify the ways through which belief or practice conform to new information. Next, we are going to learn about basis for attitude change. First base is compliance. Second, identification. 3. Internalization. Detail going on. First, compliance. Compliance refers to a change in behavior based on consequences, such as an individual's hopes to gain rewards or avoid punishment from another group or person. Second, identification. Identification explains one's change of beliefs and affect in order to be similar to someone who one admire or likes. In this case, the individual adopts the new attitude. It is associated with the desired relationship. 3. Internalization. Internalization refers to the change in beliefs and affect when one finds the content of the attitude to be intrinsically rewarded, and thus leading to actual change in belief or evaluation towards an attitude object. Next, we are going to detail about theories of attitude change. One, emotion-based attitude change. 2. Dual models processing in attitude change. 3. Elaboration, likelihood model. 4. Cognitive dissonance, theory of attitude change. 5. Learning theory of attitude change. 6. Balance theory. 7. Reactancy theory. 8. Functional theory. 9. Social judgment theory. Detail going on. First, detail about emotion-based attitude change. Emotion plays a major role in persuasion, social influence, and attitude change. Much of attitude research has emphasized the importance of affective or emotion components. Second theory, dual models processing in attitude change. Many dual process models are used to explain affective, emotional, and cognitive processing. These include 1. Systematic processing, 2. Heuristic processing, 3. Heuristic systematic model of information. First, detail about systematic processing. It motivated to pay attention and have the cognitive ability to think dealing about a message. They are persuaded by the content of the message. The logic of the argument can be change attitude. 2. Heuristic processing. Experimental or heuristic processing occurs when individuals have low motivation and or low cognitive ability to process a message. Thus, attitude change resulting from the influential message. 3. Heuristic systematic model of information processing. The heuristic systematic model of information processing describes two depths in the processing of attitude change, which includes systematic processing and heuristic processing. 3. Elaboration likelihood model. In this model, cognitive processing is the central root and affective emotion processing is often associated with the peripheral root. The ELM, elaboration likelihood model, suggests that true attitude change only happens that incorporates both cognitive and affective components. Fourth theory, cognitive dissonance theory. An attitude change developed by Festinger. The people experience a sense of guilt or uneasiness when two linked cognitions are inconsistent. Theory relating to attitude change is that people are motivated to reduce dissonance, which can be achieved through changing their attitudes, beliefs, or behavior or action. Cognitive dissonance. Can you define cognitive dissonance? It has been defined as an internal state that results when individuals notice inconsistency between two or more of their attitude or behavior. How to reduce the cognitive dissonance? First, we can change our attitude or behavior so we are consistent with each other. Second, acquire new information that support our attitude or behavior. 3. We can decide that the inconsistent actually does not matter. Fifth theory, learning theory of attitude change. Classical conditioning, operant conditioning, and observational learning can be used to bring about attitude change. Sixth one, balance theory, proposed by Fritz Heider. It's conceptualized the cognitive consistency, motives as a drive towards psychological balance. The consistency motive is the urge to maintain one's values and beliefs over time. This picture POX model. Heider proposed that sentiment or a liking relationship are balanced if the affect balance in a system multiplies out to a positive result. For example, a person P who likes plus and others O, person will be balanced by the same balance attitude on behalf of the other. Symbolically, P plus greater than O and P less than O plus result in psychological balance. Look at this, balance versus unbalanced. POX, likes but dislike, imbalance. Dislike, like, balanced. Criticism on this theory. First criticism, the theory does not consider the degree of sentimental or unit relationship, nor the relevance to the perceiver of the elements and relations. Second, as a consequence, there are no degrees of balance or imbalance, and it is not possible to make quantitative predictions about the degree of attitude change. 7. Reactance theory. Reactance is a motivational reaction to offers, persons, rules or regulations that threaten or eliminate specific behavioral freedoms. Reactance occurs when a person feels that someone or something is taking away his or her choice or limiting the range of alternatives. 8. Functional theory. The functional theory considers how attitudes and efforts are related to the motivational structure of the individual. This theory focuses on two things. One, the meaning of the influence situation in terms of both the kinds of motives that is aroused. Second, the individual's methods of coping and achieving his goals. Three process of attitude formation and change. 1. Compliance. 2. Identification. 3. Internalization. This theory is directed towards the types of social relationship that occurs in social influence situations. Ninth theory, social judgment theory. The social judgment theory was originally formulated by Sharif and Howland. This theory attempts to explain how existing attitudes produce distortions of attitude related objects and how these judgment mediate attitude change. Thus, a person's initial attitude towards an issue serves as an telecaster for the judgment of attitude related stimuli. The person's internal attitude on an issue provides a point of reference against which he evaluates other opinions. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.